Hi everyone, Ellen Woodbridge here, independent Stampin' Up in Australia. I just want to welcome you to my decorative trees portion of my Christmas mega class. I have used the Decorative Trees bundle to create 4 cards, but technically the 4th card is using a piece out of the 3rd card. So we're using up all our bits for some simple cards. So this is our first card, and we made this first to have some drying time. We did a fun fold, which is just an easel card for our second card, and this is our 3rd card, and then this one is our 4th card. So I'll go through in detail and tell you how I made them and what I used. So we have used the Decorative Trees bundle, the stamp set and the dies. Okay, so they do work together, but they also work really well separately. Okay, so for the first card, I have gone with all the texture and all the bling. So I grabbed our super huge dotted circles 3D embossing folder to create the background with smoky slate. I have used a Lost Lagoon card base. Here I've also used garden green, real red, some granny apple green, and I think this is garden green glimmer paper as well. I think I'm going to sneeze, so if I do, please excuse me. I have also added in my ever favourite, labelled with love punch for the sentiment. So are there any? No, for this first card, there are no more extras. In the other one, I did use some extra dies. So just to explain to you how I made the trees, we're going to start with the trees. The first tree, I used this die here with, I'll just pop the card back. So I used this stamp with this die with Lost Lagoon cardstock and ink to create this card. For the second card, I used this die in real red and then used this dotted die in garden green to create our second tree. Now, I did use our adhesive sheets for all of our layers. So these are our adhesive sheets. So they are a sheet of adhesive in between 2 pieces of backing paper, and you stick the adhesive sheet to the back of the cardstock, run it through your die cut machine. I use my Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine, and you get it sticky, so they just go bam together. Also, when I released both of these pieces that are very, very detailed, I didn't poke out the holes. What I did is I peeled off the piece that we were going to use very slowly off the backing sheet, and majority of the pieces, the negative pieces that we didn't want, stuck to the backing. And then all I had to use was my pokey tool. No, that's not my pokey tool. Then I just used my pokey tool in my take your pick tool just to get the extra bits out. But most of them do come out by themselves. Okay, so for this shimmery friend here, so much shimmer, I have grabbed in the festive glimmer paper. So you do get 3 colours. You get granny apple green, garden green, and cherry cobbler. So I only use the 2 greens together from the festive glimmer paper. but you can see how you get this beautiful look. So once again, I did use just the tree. Now I know you're saying these trees are all different heights. When I stuck them down at all different heights. So whilst the trees are all the same dimensions, I've made them look different. And I did layer together, as I said, the solid one, and I used this holly one here for the detail. Now to create our red berries here, I used our pearlized enamel effects in real red. Okay, so to match the real red piece behind this one, and you just bead out the dots, and I just tap the paper. So literally I tap the paper on my hand or something, and it makes the little dots just look like you've put some pre-made embellishments on them. You do need to put them aside to dry, which is why this is the first card. If you're going to be making all of them, put it aside, forget about it after you've assembled it. This is the last step you should do. And then leave it for the afternoon, leave it overnight, then you are ready to go. So our sentiment is stamped in Lost Lagoon and punched out on very vanilla paper. So these two back trees are stuck down directly to our emboss piece, and then our glimmery tree is popped up on dimensionals. So I just love all the texture to this card. And to finish it off, I did use the Faceted Gems Trio Pack. So we do actually have Lost Lagoon coloured gems in here, and I just thought that added a bit of pizzazz to our plainer tree, our stamped tree, just to finish it off. So that's what I did for that. So a bit complicated, very special card, but I do love the effects that we get. Okay, on to our second card. So once again, we've used lots and lots of different cardstock. So we have just used a normal, so without the fold in here, this is a normal card base. So I just score it in half, and then I score it in half again to create our fold. That's how easy an easel card is. Now, I did stamp the sentiment in Pretty Peacock. So I've paired together Pretty Peacock and Pool Party for this card, and added our stars both on the card center or the card base and on our labeled with love sentiment label. Now pop that up on dimensionals so we have a catch, okay, and that sits up. So you've just got the triangle. So the further you put that back, the higher it sits up. For our place piece for our tree, I have used, and I will just try and get rid of our decorative trees, I have used the largest of the lined Spotlight on Nature die. I just thought it added a little bit of detail without taking away from our tree. And of course I added some stars in the background again to bring everything together. So the tree is cut from our Thoughtful Journey Designer Series paper. Now I know you're probably there going, what? How does that work? So that has adhesive sheet on it. So our Thoughtful Journey paper does have designs on one side, and it's got beautiful watercolors on the other. So I just took the green and this pretty peacock design and cut out our trees. So once again, I have used our solid tree. I have used our garland pieces, which are just here to create the garland. Now I can hear you all saying, Ellen, we don't have any gold glimmer paper. And you are exactly correct. We don't currently have any gold glimmer paper, but I used our in color glimmer paper, and our peach pie paper is the perfect chameleon for gold paper. So when I was doing this class in person and we're at my team meeting, they all went, no, that's not peach pie. It's peach pie. So I used that for the star, and that is actually also a die in this set for the star and for our garland pieces. So that's, and of course I did use, once again, for our garland pieces, I did use our adhesive sheet because it just made adhering these super duper simple. So that is a really simple, fairly easy to put together easel card. You can have this front panel as anything you would like. But I just thought the circle was really, really sweet. Now on to cards 3 and card 4. Okay, oh, I did forget, I did grab a blending brush here and did just blend the outside with, and I don't know where my blue ones are. Maybe I've used them, yeah. So I just grabbed my blue one. I use blues, all different colour blues, and I just make sure the excess ink is off. And I just went around the edge of this die cut with Pool Party just to give it a bit of a softer look. You can do that, you can leave it, whichever look you do prefer. So that finished our second card. For our third card, I have many iterations of this card because I used the Take a Bow designer series paper. So that's 6x6 designer series paper. I can't actually show you the paper because I've used it all. That's how much I loved it. This is another set of cards that I did in exactly the same design, but I shall show you these ones. So this is just our, if I can open it, my word, our normal opening card. And I have a piece of basic beige cardstock behind our tree that was die cut. Okay, so the tree was die cut from the designer series paper. I kept the tree for our second card, and on when I adhered this piece of paper, I did stamp a very Merry Christmas on the inside, and I used our textured metallic specialty paper in gold, and I cut out stars. Okay, so this star got a bit of a workout. I wish there were about 4 in the die set, but my arm got a good workout cutting it out. So I grabbed a star for the top, and then I repeated stars just down one side. You could do both if you'd like, on the Granny Apple Green piece, because it is one of the colours in the Take a Bow, or Take a Bow actually, sorry, Take a Bow designer series paper. Now for our second card, I used the tree that we cut out, just put it on a piece of basic beige, took another very simple sentiment, another gold star, and I went around with the blending brush again, but this time using basic beige just to give it a bit of a distressed look and just add something to this very simple card. So that is card 3 and card 4. These pieces, or this is on dimensionals, and you can put dimensionals on any of these pieces to give a different look. So you could stick your basic beige piece directly to the back, and you can also, with your designer series piece, pop that up just to give a bit of a shadow and a different look. If you want any dimensions of the 3 cards that I have made, you can get them in the project sheet. I will also have a list of everything used in each card, and you can have a link to my store with the pictures of everything I have used as well, and what is available on the online store, so you can have a closer look. If something isn't on the online store, unfortunately it isn't available, but I hope even if you don't have decorative trees, you have something similar that you can use to recreate these cards. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the 6 other cards in my mega Christmas class, and I will see you in 2025 with more classes and card run-throughs. Look forward to seeing you soon. Bye.